being put in this position by like the state of Washington doing its its actions and its inaction towards me. Uh, let's see what else. So then the repercussions that happened in my life, ending up without a place to live, the first time essentially in my life, although I've been on and off a little bit other times, but then I was always had to ask for help again, I just gotta say, from family. Let's see.
Has it culminated in any way right now?
Pardon?
Has it become more chronic?
Well, see, so now I've been in and out of shelters, and now the local shelter won't do any. So here I am a bit stuck, yet the problem now I'm back on this. They will not do anything. Kind of a local friend let me sleep sofa surfing a little while. I was actually on his floor. I'm telling you, that guy, I did get partially off the street for a while. So I can make my own money, my own little income, but it's so little. I mean, 500-600. I mean, you get what I'm saying? I've been doing that, and sometimes more. But the problem is, I'm beginning to wonder. So I read this newspaper article about some social political said he knows that there's people who are permanently on the street. And I got to shake I'm hoping it's not me. Society is just so corrupt. I mean, yeah, I talked to this other bearded guy. He says he knows, but I don't know who this guy was. I met him in the bathroom and public. I'm just telling you, he says he knows. I met this one interesting guy. He said he owned 3 houses. So there he was in the shelter, but he didn't really talk about it, but I kind of got the gist of it, he said he got tired of that mortgage, whatever game. He didn't say much. So I don't know much about him, but it's
Different
very
stories.
interesting. So my parents ended up losing 2 houses when I was young. I lost. I actually had a neighborhood experience. Now this may interest people. I actually had a neighborhood. I was just 5-6 years old. I had a neighborhood experience. In my life. Then they lost it, and so then I've been an apartment dweller all my life now. So now I can say this homelessness, maybe / low income. So I don't know what you want to edit. People in this position, and I'm thankful I know about the word poor, but none of my professors talked about, now that I'm in my position, I do want to try to get out of it. So I have tried to study some. Not so much, but I got to say, back in those 80s, none of those professors said anything about the, quote, homeless. All I saw, some people, they went into the cafeteria where I was, and I saw these people would have food, leave food, and I saw people, like, getting food, and I asked some of the other students, or one of my couple friends that I said, what are those guys, what are they doing? He goes, I don't know, they're just people, like, something about live in the wood. I don't know. They didn't really answer me.
What was your field of expertise?
Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies. I actually got that.
Did you get to use that?
No.
What happened?
I tried getting jobs, even into Canada, sending out resumes and like that. And so my older brother ended up staying at home too. He went to Evergreen. He's kind of a social political guy. I don't even know what his degree is in. He just talked a lot about it. He actually served the state of Washington social service. He actually did that for a short time. Then my parents were they're from small town America. I almost do want to get this across.
Okay.
So I have that going, but I had older parents. So here's a couple other sub-issues that are going on with me. As far as me staying with my family most of my life, it ended up, and nobody's saying they were going to do anything. I got to tell you, even I had an older brother. He divorced himself from the family. He left when he was 18. Okay, so that, anyway. So, yes, so small town, they had that going. But by the way, it was back east. The East Coast people. So then they got the big city job, corporate job, and so that changed, then they got the money. So I learned out a lot later. I'm sharing some personal stuff, and you may edit this out. So the state of Washington ended up taking everything. That's why I'm ending up, I took care of my mother the last couple of years. So I'm I can say I accomplished that, but I got to tell you, I have chronic fatigue. I barely did it, but I did it. I know. Okay, I have some stick-to-itness, whatever old college try type thing, but I did not do that great. I mean, I did what I could. So that she was here, she agreed to move back to Seattle. So I hadn't been back to Seattle, back to the homeless thing and the poor. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I hadn't been back in like a dozen years. So the guy brought me in his car at I-5 into Seaside. All the homeless camps. I mean, I haven't seen it on the news, any reporting.
It's
I mean,
phenomenal,
it
isn't
is. And Mr. Campu, he goes to Denver, the big cities. He says it's almost all the same, no matter any of those places. So now that I have his knowledge, I'm not saying so I know me going anywhere is a problem, a legitimate, you get what I mean? Because I'm going to end up the same. I mean,
so you feel like you can't escape it?
Well, so back to what that guy said, I'm beginning to wonder. I'm hoping it's not true for me. I talked to another younger guy. I told him, and this 40-year-old met me. He says he was like 45. He says it took him 6 years to get off the street. Well, it's already been like 4, but I count those other years. But I was in shelters for the couple of years. See what's going on. So it's what's going on that I can't work virtually. So I want to tell you, both the state of Washington, I had to switch in between. They supported me for 12 years. So I see the positive. I'm going to share some of the positives. And they gave me just a little money, $250, $275 a month. Now they will not give me any food stamps only. They will not give me any money. I've battled with Social Security disability for a dozen years. I mean, I had to give up because my parents were old. I still was in, no one. I've asked for county. I want to tell you, I'm not blaming this, but even in Seattle, I asked for help there. I've asked for help here. California actually took the time and money to go down to California. No, that state says if I have a limited travel, they say they would give me maybe a little money. They say, I don't know how much it is, 200, but then somebody says it's only 6 months and then they drop anyway. So I may have to go there, but I don't know if I'm going to. I'm just discussing. I found that out, and you still have to sign up with that, and I already did that in Santa Cruz. Arcata, and just the state office. Actually, their county office. There's like bunkers, these concrete, huge structures, and I'm trying not to complain. Even though it's a coastal city. See, this is a small city, but now I've been here on and off. So it used to be like 6,000. Now it's over 10,000. It's almost doubled these last, and I am shaking my head about that. Due to still my situation and the local people. Knowing that I'm still in. So I feel maybe some of them have given to me, and then the shelter, but now they've dropped me. They will not do anything more. They already told me that. And actually, she said, that Ms. Evans said the only advice she could give me is go to one of the bigger churches in Portland. Yet she didn't give me a contact. That's just what came out of her mouth. Now, she didn't know I've been in Portland. I got to tell you, I've tried getting around. I just got to tell you, last time I was there, I spent my money, tried to get things going. In fact, I just went back a couple years ago. That's how I got here accidentally. I actually tried asking for other help by this other organization, like it's a business. So I know I'm doing my legitimate, trading like a business person. So I felt like I wanted to talk to them and say, well, can you help me? And they end up saying, no, they would do nothing for me.
Well, how's your quality of life here?
Well, see, now I've got to tell you, on the street, so I can make money. I can find my stuff to make money. Then I can get motel rooms. I mean, lower down, not, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is then the money goes. So the problem is I can relate to you that I'm trying to keep my positive going. But the problem is, answering your question is so I'm getting along, and my environmental degree, I'm trying, but see, since I haven't used it, there's an old-fashioned phrase, you can take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the boy. So I'm telling you, I'm finding that's almost too true. So I don't really care whether I stay or leave, actually, at the moment. So my sister just passed away. She's 1 year younger, and she was in That's why I went to California. 3 years, I was going to try to get things going. So I see my physical, and then in my position. So the reason I went is because actually somebody told me Santa Cruz had a shelter. So I went all the way there, and it closed. So that share house told me that's happening in the system. People are not giving; they're closing them down now. Well, it's sort of a now, yes, like a traveling salesman a little bit. Yes, I'm trying. Now that you say that, in a way, that's true. But to me, to actualize that as a problem, me trying to use the local bus system, but then if I get on the big bus, it's more expensive. So at the moment, I'm low on funds. So me and the sign. See what I'm saying? It's legitimate, yet I know everybody else is running again. Well, anyway. So yeah. So the problem is still back to the same thing. Who can maybe get me a basic place till I try to start attacking the three major problem areas?
Which are?
Well, the financial, in that, the government doesn't want to do anything. So I think somebody in power, because 12 years battling with the Social Security. That's not. So I met one other guy. He said there's this other guy, but he told me there's this other guy similar to me in Arizona. That's all this guy just told me that. So no, it's in the state. The state took it all over. See. So that guardian, all she said last, and I tried to negotiate with her, she goes, all I'll do is talk to your lawyer, TA. And you got. So then I had nothing except the one bank got me 1 month. It was 1,000 something. But back up there, that's even. That's almost like only a couple hundred. I'm telling you, you get what I mean. So I still stayed off the street. But then the money went away, and then I'm not working, and the state wouldn't give me any cash. See what's happening, sir? See, yes. So they've caught me in that. But I want to tell you I'm not a lawyer. I read that law. I tried getting on the internet to see if other people were complaining. Like, I have a legitimate complaint. So no one's complaining about it at all. But I want to tell you, I read the law. It says in the law, the state of Washington cannot be sued over the matter. And I can't believe that is in the... So, maybe even if I went to federal court. So, no. So, the problem is my parents only had that small... She only had that Social Security and the Boeing pension. See, that's all. They didn't really save up, except they gave to me. See, it's now, okay, he knows. See how complicated? So then, but actually at the end, my mother put me on as co-trustee. So that share house had a lawyer. I talked to him. They virtually did nothing. In fact, that first year, they said I didn't qualify. I had to go back, finally, for this program. I'm telling you, see what my story is, almost like a night. Yet, you see, I'm trying to still do what I can do. But no, I talked to this lady, this senior advocate lady. She says maybe under the estate law, something, that's what she told me, she met me a couple of months on. But I got to tell you, I don't know about that. So I'll relate that to you. Mm-hmm. But none of those people said that they would be able to. You get what I'm telling you? Well, that interests me. It might. I think it's really. I think the state of Washington has really messed it up, and I think they've included it. So I think she's probably wrong. So they have it in their system. You get what I mean? But so I don't know what the lawyers. So the lawyers think, but corporately now talking to you, I might need a corporate lawyer, and maybe they may be interested in what that was supposed to, that's a continuing thing, for her lifetime. But then I have that claim that I was co-trustee on her money. Are you getting what I'm telling you? Maybe a corporate lawyer would be maybe have to sue Boeing or something. So that's what I mean. But see, I'm telling you, I have a legal, hypothesis is what I'm telling you, that they put me on and that they give me a stipend most of my life, actually. You get what I mean? They were sharing. That was a family trust. They were actually they went ahead and did that. They didn't really save that much. They ended up doing, I don't know what happened actually with some of their money. But they spent the money how they spent, on food, in this area. Oh, by the way, I'll show you, they didn't go into a home. They paid the money in the apartment system here. So there's another reason why I may have to stay longer. I got to see. I have that in my. Even people know I stayed with them. I mean, a lot of the time. But then they gave me enough money. Then I tried doing the motel thing. Okay, I don't want to buy. I mean, well, yeah, but you get what I mean. I was trying to express my independence and I knew I didn't want the apartment system. I got to tell you, because they had so many problems. I don't want to bother you. Know what I mean? I have some of that under my belt, even though I wasn't an apartment leaser. I saw what was going on. Are you getting what I'm telling you? I've been an apartment dweller all my life, so I feel it's a legitimate issue to say that now I don't want an apartment. Now, so I'm saying I need some other way. Now, okay, I know there's other things. Condos. I'm not saying I can afford. Okay, condos, timeshares, motels, hotel.
HUD has first-time homeowners programs too.
So I don't know how they're going to treat me. So see, it concerns me. But my parents lost that one house. Then in the 7th, they bought one in Warrenton. They lost that one too. So now I don't know if I want to. So back to the temporary system until somebody can get at what went on with my family. You see what I mean? I need a I think you get what I'm saying.
To what extent is this a solution to be living the way you are?
No, it's not. It's going to keep. Yeah, it's going to. I mean, the weather's. I don't know what it's going to do. I've been lucking out actually, but I was in the storm last night. I mean, outside. And luckily, it ended, and sleeping. This is what I have right here. I mean, it's partially still exposed. I have this just in the back alley over. I mean, okay, I know what I'm doing too. I'm from a military family, so see what I mean? I need to meet maybe a couple people that will see these 2 or 3 points that keep coming against me. And obviously, you know what I mean? And they're a single person, and I am single, and no family wants to assist me. So see, I'm going to keep like you said, I'm going to keep being in this position, no matter that I am an educated man. I mean, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can share with you. See, my parents did their best, and then they did this legal thing about the family. I mean, I'm like complaining like as an American now. You see, maybe I don't know what I'm telling you. It's odd because you get what I mean. I need like someone in power. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Because who's going to do anything that I'm saying? Well, what's with this system? How come the system has stabbed me in the back?